Okay, so we're going to be doing a trailer analysis for Battlefield V, Battlefield 5. I'm not really sure what it's called. Now, it's World War II. I am not a World War II expert. I do know a large amount of stuff about the guns used, the ground vehicles. Not really sure about planes, rockets, ships, stuff like that, but guns and armored vehicles I am pretty good on. Could I tell you every little difference between the different models? No, but I can tell you which general models they are. Alright, let's get on with this trailer. EA, Dice, Frostbite, stuff like that. Looking at a thing with a chain on it. And then Teddy Bear, Dead Guy. And we pause here. We can see a couple of weapons these guys are holding. Now, the girl there seems to be holding a Thompson. All three of them are holding Thompsons, obviously. But there's different types of Thompsons we're seeing here. The girl seems to be holding a mixture of an M1 and M1928 Thompson. The guy with the blue face paint seems to be holding a direct 1928 Thompson. Now, the guy in the background seems to have a regular M1 Thompson. So in this shot, we see a kind of mixture of all three Thompsons. Let's continue on. Explosions in the house. Oh, she gets hit. And that guy rolls down the stairs. They go upstairs. There's a guy dying. Now, that guy drops a gun. If we look and pause right here, that is an STG-44. Or an MP-44, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, one of the first assault rifles. Actually, no, it's not actually the first. It's the first to be issued, I would say. The Ribby Rolls and kind of Burton machine rifle kind of beat it to the assault rifle category of intermediate round. If you wanted to go, if round didn't matter, then kind of the Fedorov beat it and the Saber Gotti also beat it. But, yeah. So this guy's obviously has a Bren. Or it could be that the French have a light machine gun that looks a lot like the Bren. It has the magazine on top, but I'm gonna say this is a Bren due to how curved the magazine is. If you also notice, he seems to have a samurai sword on his back. So there's that. Now the tanks coming in, we see two different tanks. One is a Churchill. I don't believe the other one is a Churchill, and we'll see it later on. He jumps out the window. Obviously, the lady now has a customized Lee Enfield. I'm going to say it's a Lee Enfield, or some type of Lee Enfield, due to the way that the magazine comes out of the bottom. It has a scope and a custom paint of camo. Custom camo paint, I should say. So the tanks come through, and the one to the left is obviously a Churchill, due to the large fenders that the Churchill has. Now we see a German utility vehicle. This vehicle is actually really cool. It's kind of like a motorcycle half-track. Germans were really big into half-tracks. Actually, most of the early 1900s was very big into the idea of the half-track, which they kind of fell out of favor in later war. And now we pause here and we see a tank carrying some type of AA gun. The tank is a Valentine tank, a British Valentine. Excuse my voice. No. But you can tell by the way that the back curves that is a Valentine tank. It's a kind of like a light-ish medium tank. Kind of like it's a really weird tank. It's like a really slow light tank. Then we see a plane come through. Then we pause and we see a Tiger 1. It's obviously a Tiger 1 because a Tiger 1 is indistinguishable. It's a giant box. Explosions, stuff crashing, blah blah blah. Then we see a plane crash. That plane is obviously a... let me say this right. Messerschmitt Bf-109. You can tell by the kind of square canopy that it has above the cockpit. So those Germans who just got crushed are holding MP40s. Then we see the player character pick up an MG42. Now this MG42 has something weird about it, and you'll see it when he reloads, because I'll pause it and you'll get a better look at it. But right here, as he lifts it up, you can tell that it's not a regular MG42. Why? Because of the end. MG42s use conical flash hiders. It looks like a cone. This MG42 seems to have a T-shaped one. So maybe that's a hint of customization, just like the Thompsons earlier. We go on further. More things coming through, more explosions, all types of crazy stuff. You see him shoot down a plane. Okay. More planes. Then he goes to prone, starts shooting, and then we look at the other soldiers here. They obviously have Bren. That guy obviously has a Bren. Obviously a Bren, and he seems to also have some type of anti-tank thing on his back. It's either a bazooka or a British Piat. It's called a Piat. It's kind of weird looking, very weird looking anti-tank device. So we see that soldier drop his gun, and we see him pull out a pistol. The one he dropped, I believe, is a Lee Enfield, a type of Lee Enfield, and he pulls out a Walter pistol. He shoots down some Germans with it. German drops some type of gun. It's a bit blurry. Hold on, let me get... I think it's a STG-44, or an MP-44, whichever you want to call it, depending on what year it is. So then we see a V-1 rocket come in. Explosions, and then a German pilot is going to come over from the teaser. And then he's going to get killed by this lady. Like that, with some type of bat. Then we see a bunch of paratroopers, and that's it. So that's what I saw from the trailer. There's probably going to be more in-depth analyses from other people, but that's generally what I saw. There's nothing really that special in the trailer. I mean, we didn't see any crazy prototype weapons, you know? We saw MP40s, Thompsons, STG, Lee Enfields, Brens. Nothing crazy. You know, like Battlefield 1, it had some crazy stuff. It had crazy prototypes. Alright, well, bye.